Krystle Carrington is a main character in the TV series Dynasty, initially working as a PR associate of Carrington Atlantic. She forms a relationship with Blake Carrington, and much to Fallon, her new stepdaughter's disapproval, she marries into the Carrington family. Krystle is a career woman, bold and strong-willed, while still being glamorous, soft, and traditionally feminine. She is a character who represents how people can be so hardworking and serious, yet still utilize elevated codes of dress that are elegant in nature, differing greatly from the traditional thoughts and behaviors for those who take on notable roles, such as COO. Femininity doesn't mean sacrificing personality, but rather maintaining it and using elegant garments as a vehicle for personality, aspirations, and life. How this is defined varies with every person and is constantly evolving. As we can see in Dynasty, there are many powerful women who sport drastically different styles of dress, but are all multifaceted, dynamic, and feminine in their own way. Femininity isn't a role, gender-restricted, or a specific aesthetic. There isn't a single image or way of being. It isn't about oppressive rules or restrictions. Like menswear and women's wear, this is just a category because garment isn't just for one identity, but for everyone interested in it. There are just social constructs and identities associated with certain aspects of looks. It's the reconfiguration of the roles and ways of life available to people in the modern world by letting go of outdated stereotypes of how one should quote-unquote be, without letting go of the traits considered to be traditionally feminine. The character of Krystle does just this, as she is a character associated with female empowerment.
I am a modern woman, Blake. I can handle it all.
That often sports elegant classic. There are many forms of elegant dress, from classic styles to more flamboyant types. Costume designer Meredith Markworth-Pollack depicts how modern powerful women dress in and out of the office. In an interview, she stated about Krystle's wardrobe, "We wanted to show her femininity, but also that she is COO of a company. She can be bold and rock the structured looks, but she doesn't have to be the woman who comes in wearing a black suit. She doesn't have to be tough because she can be feminine and be the boss." Krystle is someone who is fashion conscious and follows many codes of contemporary elegance, but still keeps her roots in touch. Loving to support up-and-coming designers, Pollack, along with the actress who portrays Krystle, Natalie Kelly, decided to support Latino designers, as she is Peruvian and her character is Venezuelan. The two agreed that Krystle would be one to give back and show support to designers now that she's able to. Designers such as Joana Ortiz, along with Juan Carlos Obando, are a few who Krystle can be seen constantly sporting the garments of, mixed into her other high-end looks, featuring designers such as Chloe, Valentino, Miu Miu, and YSL. The brands that Krystle opts for are dynamic with rich histories that hold her values of what it means to be a modern woman. For instance, Miu Miu is alluring and iridescent in an unapologetically girlish way, while YSL tangibly captures what it means to break out of conventions, cast onto people through passion and intensity. Both capture how Krystle thinks and her overall demeanor that has become more complex in the reboot. She is meant to be more formable and not so black and white, since in the original Dynasty of the 80s, Krystle was the purest character and served as moral reference in the show, whose main role was to be a wife, beautiful, and a homemaker. While these attributes of the original character are still upheld, like her innate goodness, care for the family, and beauty, the character now has other aspirations added to her, along with other qualities to make her more dimensional. These changes are evident in her fashion. For instance, her wedding look in episode 1 makes a statement rather than a traditional gown. Krystle's wedding look references Bianca Jagger's wedding outfit, giving the moment a vintage component that is very quintessential. The look consists of a Brandon Maxwell deep V jumpsuit, paired off with a custom tulle mini veil, a Zara earrings, and Paul Andrew pumps. She later changes into a Giubattista Valley convertible lace-paneled crepe dress, topped off of a hat, custom made for this moment to pay homage to the original fashion of the show. With this, she turns from a flat character that is just two-dimensional, very uncomplicated, and what you see is what you get, into a round character that is complex, undergoes development, and has more than meets the eye. She's now more dynamic because she's no longer pure as can be, but a woman with a mysterious past and strong ambition, who has a refined outlook that is depicted in her bright, sophisticated, and polished looks that are rather untraditional, just like her now.
And I'll take Bowie on Spotify over a string quartet. And how about some wildflowers?
I'll have the gardeners say whatever weeds they dig up.
That should be enough to get you started.
Krystle's approach to fashion is very elevated, but she has a subtle, soft look that is visually very delicate, produced by her styling techniques and fashion references that construct her business-savvy, glamorous party, and elegant leisure wardrobe. The wardrobe of REBOOT Krystle often makes references to the classic 80s looks, holding the essence in a more contemporary manner. Her fashion contributes to her depth and expression as a career woman who lives a lavish life but has not always had an easy life. So we see how she truly values everything she has now, including a wardrobe filled with timeless clothing and accessories that now have a focus on quality and durability rather than trends, which gives her that very well-groomed, put-together look, no matter what she is doing or where she is. Her choice in fabrics plays a huge part of this, as Krystle often wears staple garments, so materials such as cashmeres, silks, and wool, etc. already have a look of luxury previous to styling. She also has numerous statement pieces when the occasion calls or add a bit of allure to an outfit. She pairs off statements of staple based off hue, structure, and texture, so that they all work in harmony with one another. With structure, she has an understanding of the beauty within line and shape that can create a look in and of itself. Also, how color scheme contributes to this greatly. Krystle's looks will either be neutrals, pastels, or bright, traditionally feminine hues. Psychologically speaking, traditionally feminine shades are linked to compassion, nurturement, and love. It relates to understanding and unconditional love, much like how Krystle is such a nurturing, gentle, and giving person.
Oh, I thought you were my mom.
If I'd raised you, you wouldn't be wearing that shirt. Whose idea was it to call me?
I told him family is everything, and when things get tough, you don't give up. You fight harder.
And you think he actually believes that?
I called you, didn't he?
What are you doing here?
I hope you don't mind Anders told me where you were. I'm so sorry about your father. Is there anything I can do?
Okay, Sam, help me take Bo to the car.
Let's go. What on earth happened?
Take Claudia upstairs. We're taking Bo to the vet.
The overall color scheme of her wardrobe being so cohesive provides versatility, as her wardrobe mixes and matches seamlessly between the pieces.
This is Krystle's closet.
Coco Chanel said, look at yourself in the mirror and take at least one thing off before you leave the house. I say, add 5 more. How about a hat? Let's see.
All consisting of clean lines, tasteful patterns, and graceful colors that are applied strategically. She has 2 go-to styling techniques that ground her wardrobe, one being color coordination and the other being monochrome dressing, in order to create very clean and polished looks that form her modern elegance. Krystle stands out in her office, but does so in a very distinguished manner that demands the room. There's different ways of going about this. Fallon and Krystle both go for the COO position, but there's a stark difference in their approaches and demeanor that is depicted in their personal styles. They both possess a visual dominance, while Fallon's is more loud and bold. Krystle's is delicate and sleek. Her business looks have a sensitivity, yet are vigorous and daring, while holding respect for herself and her profession, even during a scandal at work in episode 5, leading her to be viewed in a very sexualized, naive, and unintelligent manner by others. Krystle's fashion remains the same. She is composed, conducting and presenting herself as she always does, even though she feels unsure inside.
We knew today was going to be tough. But You held your head high and you acted like a pro.
I just want to put this scandal behind me. If I can't prove that I'm worthy of this job, then I can't be effective.
Hence breaking the stereotype that people possessing traditionally feminine traits should be dismissed, degraded, or viewed as weak, especially in the workplace. With a background in PR, she understands how to behave and position herself in every situation through not only how she conducts herself, but also how she dresses. Her image helps maintain her composure. For instance, this look showcases the combination of her love for monochrome neutrals, a go-to styling choice that provides a self-assured look, but does convey a lack of enthusiasm or even opinion.
On behalf of Carrington Atlantic.
While Krystle is a passionate person, she is one who needs to maintain appearances, network, and uphold the Carrington reputation. She incorporates different shades in order to create visual interest and shift visual weight. For example, when she goes to travel on her honeymoon, she does so in a cultivated manner through the use of subtle prints, textures, and choice embellishments to elevate. The outfit consists of varying shades of the same pink base nude and a hat that is lighter, hence drawing the eye up to the face. The texture of the sweater not only creates subtle visual interest, but also breaks down the proportions of her look and flatters the body. Another example is when she goes for more bright outfits. She utilizes color coordination that is complementary in order to ensure harmony between the pieces. Color coordination is the combination of colors that are adjacent to each other within a look. They are matched in order to complement one another, as well as the complexion of the person wearing the garment. It's a practical approach that applies color theory to produce a balanced roundup of color. In episode 21, this can be seen in an outfit featuring a Chloe blouse, Valentino pants, and Christian Louboutin leather sandals. On the color wheel, yellow and purple are direct opposites, meaning they are complementary. So when combined or mixed, they cancel one another out. The detailing of the Chloe top incorporates neutrals and browns. That doesn't just add a degree of neutrality, but also bring out her complexion, hence creating a look that is colorful, feminine, and sophisticated. Parties are a constant for the Carringtons. Krystle is not one who shies away from daring looks. She herself is bold yet refined, so when she dresses up, she indulges in luxury, but in an understated manner that signifies her poise and taste. Her party looks often will be statement gowns or dresses that have classic undertones, then complemented by daintier accessories with intricate detailing that can only really be seen up close. This allows for her beauty to be on display, but draw the eye in with the statement piece from afar, and of the smaller accessories draw it in up close. On the opposite end of the spectrum, she does minimal and modern looks in her downtime that are chic and luxurious yet still laid back in nature. There is an understanding of how to be done up and embrace natural beauty without going all out. For example, in episode 15, she is wearing a Margiela elbow patch wool turtleneck sweater dress, paired off with a knee-high boot. She uses jewelry, a belt, and hair clip to add a fine essence to the look that elevates without flaunting, allowing for there to be interest in the details that adorn her stature, figure, and face. She will wear outfits that consist mainly of staples made of luxurious materials, but then pair them off with very simplistic accessories, and usually a heeled boot to finish off the look, in order to always remain conscious and put together, but still be functional and comfortable. Krystle is a character that showcases how modern women can have it all between work, love, and family, as she is someone who breaks stereotypes of what it means to be a woman that is work or family oriented, that contradicts how a woman is typically expected to be in a lot of environments, hence paving her own way in the world, rather than changing in order to be taken seriously. Krystle's gentle yet bold nature, being embraced through her actions and clothing, encompasses strength and elegance, hence making her a force of nature in all areas of her life. Krystle's take on elegant fashion is symbolic of what it means to be feminine and take charge of your life, as she is just one of the many modern women who pull from the past and look into the future. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please subscribe, like, turn on notifications, and comment. Thank you so much for watching.